one of the internal structures of the frontal lobe, which resides just outside the midbrain, that has been shown to have definitive involvement in metacognition, is an area of the brain surrounding the frontal part of the corpus callosum called the anterior cingulate. Initially, studies by Barch et al. Using PET scans identified this area's involvement in intentional control during Stroop tasks. Now, this task can provoke a measurable state of cognitive interference and produce a measurable delay in response time, called semantic interference. Further MRI investigations by Peterson using this construct identified that the anterior cingulate activates a distributed attention network that's arranged spatially in the brain, and it activates depending on specific attentional demands of that task. Studies have shown a close relationship between the size and the activation of regions in the anterior cingulate with metacognitive ability. Peterson et al. And Carter et al., who used a letter pattern detection model, have demonstrated that the anterior cingulate activates most strongly when the test subject is confronted with competing stimulus that require a shift in attentional demands, suggesting that the anterior cingulate is involved in critical error monitoring and detecting. However, our understanding of the relationship between the anterior cingulate and error monitoring and detection is not settled. It has been observed by Carter et al. That the activity in these brain regions seem to increase in response to visual competition seen in the Stroop task, and during both correct and incorrect responses. So this suggests that rather than the errors themselves, the anterior cingulate activates when it detects the conditions where these errors are likely to occur. Plus, the anterior cingulate is not the only region of the brain associated with activation during these kinds of semantic interference tasks. Certain areas of the parietal lobe, called the precuneus, show significant activation. This area, like the anterior cingulate, is one of those in-between midbrain structures, in between the inner and outer layer of the cerebral cortex. And connections between the parietal and prefrontal areas show considerable involvement in many important kinds of thinking, like episodic memory and reflective self-awareness, which we will discuss deeper in the next video.